The first step is to adjust the interface. In the lower right-hand corner, you can turn on one of the proposed color themes and choose your preferred type of chart display in the Technical Tools panel. Select an asset before you start trading on the platform. In the Asset menu, you will find all of the possible types of options, assets available for trading, as well as your potential profit, which is designated as a percentage. On the trading panel on the right, specify the size of your investment. Then, select the expiration time. This time is indicated by a red line on the chart. The white line on the chart shows the time up to which you can rebuy options. The number of options and the direction is not limited. In the main window of the platform, you can see the chart for your selected asset. Using the timeline below the chart, you can change its scale. Try to determine what the rate would be at the closing of the transaction. Will it be higher or lower than the present level? Using the Call and Put buttons, you can buy options. Wait until the closing of your transaction to see the result. If your prediction is correct, then in the closing of the transaction, you will see your specified profit, and the window itself will be green. Otherwise, the window will be red. Detailed information on all of your current and completed transactions is shown in the left panel, under the History section. Also, you can trade on multiple assets. To do this, on the Tab panel located at the top, you need to add the assets you're interested in trading and specify their locations in the grid layout. Trade wisely. Always be aware of the risks. Together with IQ Option. Price movement can be represented as a line. Area and linear charts are at your disposal for this. But most of the time, Japanese candlesticks are used for viewing charts and analyses of today's market situation. Candlesticks contain information on price changes for a particular period of time and consist of the body and the wick. The body's border displays the opening and closing price, while the upper and lower borders of the wick show the price maximum and minimum. If the price of an asset increases, then the candlestick turns green. If the price decreases, then the candlestick turns red. The 5-minute candlestick contains information about price changes during this given period. You may also imagine it as 5 1-minute periods, which would contain the same data, but on a different scale. Bars are designed on the same principle. They are made of vertical lines and 2 short perpendicular ones. Left and right perpendicular lines show opening and closing prices, and vertical lines show the price minimum and maximum. Japanese candlesticks are popular among professional traders. The value of a candlestick chart is in its bold ease of use and depth of information. With them, traders gain not only an image, but a full-fledged fundamental analytical instrument, without which most indicators are not possible. The RSI indicator defines trend strength and probability of trend reversal. It is calculated in the following way. The sum of price growth for a given period is divided by the sum of the price decrease. The indicator puts the resulting data on a scale from 0% to 100%. Thus, if all candlesticks on the given period are green, then the indicator value is 100%. If red, it equals 0%. Period is a candlestick quantity used for data collecting. It is set in the indicator settings and equals 14 by default. Overbought and oversold values are also set there and equal 70% and 30% by default respectively. If the overbought value gets closer to 100%, while the oversold value gets closer to 0%, then the signals become more precise, although their quantity decreases. If the indicator intersects on a higher level, it means an overbought case when prices are increasing too high and fast, and soon they're expected to decrease. If the indicator intersects on a lower border, it means an oversold case where prices are getting too low too fast and they're expected to increase. A moving average indicator is a main indicator that shows price movement direction. When processing moving averages, the mathematical pricing average of a particular period is measured by candlestick quantity. For example, in order to calculate the value of a 5-candlestick period, the indicator divides the sum of their closing values by 5. Then, the indicator moves one candlestick forward and makes the same calculations. In this manner, a trader can build up a line of resulting values that has a more smooth chart direction. It smooths price bursts by indicating the current trend. In case of an increasing period, the price sensitivity lowers, but lag on the price chart increases. In the indicator settings, you may choose the period of the candlesticks, and from among 4 calculation methods. The simple moving average, or SMA, is an average arithmetical value for a given period. Exponential moving average, EMA, smoothing works by taking into account the current average value on a previous period. With smoothing, the priority decreases exponentially and never equals 0. The weighted moving average, WMA, assigns top priority to the current price. Hence, the WMA chart does not depend heavily on dated prices. The priority of importance decreases linearly. The smooth simple moving average, SSMA, takes into account a large amount of candlesticks throughout historical quotes and is much more smooth. Moving averages is a great instrument of detection for a lateral trend wherein rules of trading that differ from rules of trend trading take precedence. Moreover, when 2 indicators with different time intervals intersect, it helps determine trend reversals. The MACD indicator is used to determine the current trend, its strength, and the probability of its reversal. It consists of the MACD line, a signal line, and a bar chart. The MACD line shows the difference between 2 EMA moving averages with different periods. When the MACD line crosses the 0 line, it indicates that there is no difference between them at this moment. The larger the difference between 2 moving averages, the further the MACD line is from the 0 line. The signal line is a smoothed MACD line. By default, the average value of the previous 9 periods is used for calculation. The signal line acts as a slow-moving average, which is crossed by the fast MACD. The bar chart displays the distance between the signal line and the MACD line. It changes its polarity relative to the 0 line depending on the price movement direction. If the price goes upward, the bar chart is above the baseline. If it goes downward, the bar chart is below it. You can change the indicator settings to set the periods for MACD and signal line moving averages, which are measured in the number of candles. When the signal line intersects the MACD line in an upward direction, it indicates the possibility of price enhancement. Conversely, when the signal line intersects the MACD line in a downward direction, it suggests a possible price reduction. The main advantage of the MACD indicator is its efficiency and simplicity. Bollinger Bands is an indicator that sets the range of asset price movement. It is built on the basis of 3 moving averages, one in the middle and 2 others located the same distance from the first one. Range width is calculated via the mathematical formula of standard deviation. Its coefficient may be set in the indicator settings. The higher the coefficient, the wider the range, and the more infrequently the chart reaches borders. Period is a quantity of candlesticks used in the calculation of indicator parameters. Increasing period smooths the corridor but does not guarantee an increase in indicator performance accuracy. When the price approaches or touches one of the lines, the probability of its movement shifts to the opposite direction. The breakdown of one of the lines signals probable trend movement towards the breakdown. The higher the volatility on the market, the higher the corridor. Long-term location of the indicator is in a narrow range, usually preceding upheaval in the market. The Bollinger Bands indicator is best used in combination with other indicators, as by the time a strong trend takes place, this indicator alone becomes ineffective.